Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to do a showcase of Painted Mini collection update for Descent 2nd Edition. Descent 2nd Edition is my all-time favorite dungeon crawler for many reasons. I restarted my board gaming hobby a few years back with exactly Descent 2nd Edition. I had a chance of buying Descent 1st Edition, but in the end, I decided to go for the updated version. Whether I made the right choice or not remains to be answered. But Descent 2nd Edition, look at that. Today I want to show you all these minis up close, so that you can see what we're going to be playing with very soon on the channel. Since I've heard fantastic news about Valkyria, the custom-made app, being updated apparently for the last time with Chains That Rust and Mists of Bilehole campaigns that you can play with the app. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. So, when I saw that news and I looked at all my minis and I said, I feel like playing Descent 2nd Edition once again. And the thing with Descent in my case is that it takes a lot of time to set up, to play, and then you have to be really consistent with it because the missions take a lot of time to go through, and if you leave them waiting for you at the table, and at least in my case, when I come back after a week or so, I just forget what I was. And that forces me to restart the missions. Anyways, you're not here to, listen to me talking about struggles with Descent 2nd Editions, but you're here for the minis. Right, let's begin with heroes. We have quite a huge selection of them painted from different sets, from core, from hero and monster packs, and smaller and larger expansions. Let's go one by one. And I have to tell you, I haven't played Descent for a long time with majority of these, so I I forgot their names. I just remember a few. Right there, one of my favorites, Widow Tara, of course. Yeah, evil orc lady. Yeah. We have some mages right here, rogues. I can't remember the names. Oh, and by the way, I have some 3D upgrades for some of the heroes. For example, here, these stones, of course, I use for Geomancer. I found them on... where did I find them? Not sure. If you're interested, let me know in the comments, and I'll try and look it up, the link for the files. You can print them and paint them in different colors, and they replace the tokens that you find in the box. Okay. We have the Exile here with his magic sword, nice robes. Oh, let's have a look at some of the other heroes whose tokens I've replaced with 3D printouts. Right, there she is with her pet. She's sitting on one, but there's the other one following her closely. Very nice miniature, upgraded with some bases. Brother Garen, whom you might have seen in my latest playthrough. He was playing as I was playing him as a warlock. He comes as a healer, but I've upgraded him slightly. He was a warlock / necromancer, and there is his trusted zombie right there in the back. Right, Shiver, one of my favorite miniatures of the heroes. I haven't had a chance to play with him yet. Yeah, I might actually pick him up for the upcoming playthrough. Which box is still to be decided, but I really like the way he turned out to be with all this snow and frost. Right there. Okay. There she is, our healer that we kept playing with in one of the playthroughs. She's quite all right with her high stamina, so she's really good at some of the healer classes. the rune hand with the runes flashing on her hand. Right there, Elder Mock. There he is. Another favorite of mine. And again, I still haven't had a chance to play with him. So I might actually put him in the party together with Shiver. Apparently he's quite good as a healer. We'll see about that. We'll see about how it goes. Now we go to the Rogue Hunter corner with, again, some 3D replacements of tokens, this time for traps. We have I think it's the Treasure Hunter, I think, if I can remember correctly. Then we have some of the rogues. The Halfling from the core, Jaina. Oh, and one of the one of the upgraded, nicely painted heroes that come from one of the Hero and Monster boxes, doesn't she? I can't remember her name, to be honest with you. Okay, let's go to the Dwarf corner, and we have 4 of them down there. Krutzbach on the Dwarven statue head thing. Yeah, he's quite a formidable force. If you play him right as a warrior, he's devastating. Okay. Another one here guarding his treasure. Ogre Grissom right there with his flail. Oh, and I like how, hang on, move away, how he came out to be with this water feature on his base. So he's standing there with the water right here at his feet. Fantastic, fantastic. Let's have a look at some of the other heroes. Ulrich right there in the back, one of the most favorable heroes to pick from the core set. He's quite good as a cleric, as a medic, or whatever the class is called in English, can't remember. Yeah, we have Jurek with his wolf right there. Another rogue on a barrel. One of the heroes that we've been playing with recently, Laurel, of course, on the feature, inspired of course by KDM. There she is. Some wizards, warriors, and a random selection of monsters. We have a chaos beast that we encountered in one of our recent playthroughs. These are terrible when you come across them. You know, when they pick one of your weapons, that's quite devastating if they hit with the attacks. Bone horrors. We have a random Medusa. Is that here? All right. So this was the hero corner. There you go. Let's go into a dragon corner, right? Let's start with Shadow Dragons. This is the boss, the master from the core set, of course. She's guarding her treasure. Nice details. There's can't remember the English names for these, so sorry for that. Some smaller dragons. Let's skip Valindra for a moment and let's have a look at the minion Shadow Dragon right there. Okay. And let's go back to the boss lady herself. Okay. Valindra right there, sitting on her rock with some skulls right there. Nice details. She's not that big in terms of size, but she's brutal when you fight her. Maybe we will feature one of the fights with her. We will, stage the fight with her just for the fun of it. One of the latest missions from the Lair of the Worm expansion. We'll see about that. Okay, so there she is, our first major boss, mega boss, whatever you want to call her. Yeah, let's proceed with Mariots. These are also quite a formidable force. In hands of skilled overlord, they can be quite devastating when you come across them during one of your missions. I like these figures. Very, very nicely done, very nicely painted with all the water features, the blood and everything. The level of detail is amazing on them. And now we come to my all-time favorite minis out of every single box that came out for Descent 2nd Edition, and these are the Barghests. I don't know why, but I love everything about them. The sculpt, the details, their abilities, how you play them, how they can drain you of your stamina, delay your party, and just wreak havoc. If you know how to play them, then they are quite devastating in the hands of an overlord. So we have 3 minions and of course 1 master. Hang on, let me just have a look at this master. Look at him. Look at the details. The ribs, the skull, everything. Everything about them is fantastic. Okay. Haha, and now we come to, well, mini major bosses, major villains in the core set. You have a big guy over there, Fat Goblin. No spoilers, okay. Merrick, Averick. Yeah, the Baron himself. Ooh, the vampire lady over there. We have the trio from Chains That Rust, I think it is, or Mists of Bilehall, or both. Okay, these are the bosses that you come across in these expansions. We will be playing these very, very shortly with the Valkyria app, I suppose. Okay, so now let's move on to some other minis from the core set. Of course, goblins and zombies. Oh, there's the zombie boss right here with his tomb, with his grave that he just, you know, popped out of. Some skulls. More goblins. Oh, we have yet another nicely made hero right here, looting some treasure chest or whatever she's doing. The spiders, and I like the features of the spider webs, how they were created by the painter. Just love them. And of course, these spiders being minor enemies from the core set, coupled with these goblins right here. There's the master goblin. Together, they can destroy your party in 2 turns. If you know what you're doing, and if you use their skills correctly, then you're done, basically. Oh, and by the way, these are also replacements for the exploration tokens. What I did, I printed, I don't know, 15 of them, 16 of them, and we color coded them. This is a blue one. I think we have, oh, this is also a blue one. We have more. We have every single color. So when I explore, then, you know, depending on which color you need to find, that triggers something during a quest. And that's how I replace these bland tokens that come with the boxes. Okay. Some skeletons right here with 2 bosses. These are one of 2 or 3 enemy packs that come with 2 bosses. There's more, of course, but it's not that often that you find it in Descent. So here they are, the pack of them. Can't remember which box they come from. I think it's one of the H&M packs. I think. Okay, now let's go to Skarn himself. Ooh, when I first saw him, was like, wow, what a great idea of a construct. Some evil, twisted construct that came out of hands of a sorcerer or a mage or whoever created him. We will learn about that very, very shortly, because Manor of Ravens is on our list of expansions to be played. But look at him. Look at all the details. Look at all the color choices, the extra bits and pieces on his base. Let me turn him around. Some books behind him, the candles on his back, the crows. There's his crow, replacement of a token crow that comes with the box. Some ghosts right there that haunt the mana and that help him during the quest. No spoilers just yet. So that's Karn in his glory. Right. Yeah, there you go. Some villains, rogues, bandits, whatever they called in English. Can't remember the English names. I have the Polish names in my head, but you know, can't recall the English ones. These are absolutely fantastic and also quite devastating enemies. They're quite slow, but they can teleport around the board, and they can seriously delay your party. So you have 2 minions and 1 boss right there. I like how these skulls are pushed out with these hands behind them. Fantastic sculpt, fantastic mini. Some deep elves, 2 of them, of course. They come from H&M pack. Very strong opponents. These are the bone constructs. I can't recall, sorry for that, can't recall the English name, but I like the figures, that I like the sculpts with the bits and pieces added to their bases by the painter. The details, the ribs, skulls and everything is absolutely fantastic. They come from Chains That Rust, I think. Very strong enemies, very strong enemies. Right. Let's have a look at the sorcerers and some evil priests right here. Quite a nasty selection of them here. Fantastic choice of colors, grim, dark, occult. Some of them can heal, some of them can deal some serious damage and manipulation with your skills and heroes. Oh, another chaos beast popped in here. Oh, and these walkers. Are they called walkers? Again, I have the Polish name in my head, but I can't recall the proper English one. But they are absolutely fantastic. Look at that. A boss and a minion with all these bugs crawling at their feet and popping out through the bandages. Oh, they're spreading the disease, you know. Weaknesses, diseases, some conditions, everything around them is just vile and vicious and ugly. Oh, some harpies right here in the front. Okay. And now we reach the final stand with giants. And we'll come to Bolgorov in just a moment, but I wanted to show you the giants. They come from Crown of Destiny, don't they? H&M box. I just fell in love with these figures when they came back with the pants painted in stripes, with his knee sticking out, with these skulls clearly visible, you know, on his beard, around his wrist, his back. Everything. And this is just a minion. Okay, let's look at the boss himself. Look at him. Okay, some snow right there, treasure that he's guarding. Again, you know, his belly ripped, the shirt that he's wearing. Great minis, and they hit like a truck, you know. When you let them approach you, get close, you'd better be ready, because they can devastate your party in 2 blows with these massive maces, clubs, whatever they carry. And then there he is, Bolgorov himself, my all-time favorite boss out of all the series. Maybe the Spider Queen, Ariada, whatever her name is. I haven't got her painted yet, but Bolgorov takes the cake, really. Look at him. Look at how he's been upgraded with this swampy features. Looks like he's been whipped at his back. You can see the scars and everything. Okay. swampy features at his base. The head feature with blood and everything. He's upset. He's not happy. He's not a happy chappy, is he? I don't know if you had a chance to fight against him in one of the missions with a carriage. It's absolutely fantastic. Located in his swampy environment, and no spoilers, of course, but it's very interesting and very fun mission when you're trying to rescue the carriage that's stuck in the swamp. So there he is, Bolgorov, one of the major bosses from the Trollfens expansion. Oh, there they are. I was trying to find them. I thought I left them on the shelf somewhere else, but here they are. Ettins. These are the Ettins, of course. They come from the core set. This is the boss Ettin. Yeah, with his nicely created, upgraded base. So there he is with a tattoo on his stomach, on his belly. Right, another dragonkin monster. Oh, and there is the other Ettin. This time his minion buddy, right there. Oh, plague worms that come with Bolgorov in the Trollfens expansion. We have 2 minions and 1 master. Nasty enemies. The sentinels. Oh, I hate them. I hate them every time they come on board, or appear in the quest. I'm done. They're tough, they hit like a truck, they spit fire. They are absolutely terrifying enemies to come across during your quests. And finally, eventually, last but not least, we come to the elemental corner. We have the elementals themselves from the core set. I love how the artist, the painter, put all the elements in one miniature. So you have fire, earth, water and wind, everything in one miniature. With the choice of colors, you can really tell these are the proper elementals. Then we have some fire imps, and these are one of the favorites of mine, to be honest with you. And this is another enemy pack that you have 2 boss figures and I think 3 minions. So we decided to paint the bosses green and the minions red, of course, as you can tell. But the funny thing about them is when you take them out of the box, you can't really tell all these details when they're not painted. But you know, when they arrived, I looked at them and I said, hang on a minute, I never noticed so many imps inside the fire like that. So, you know, fantastic stuff. Look at them, evil imps. Then we have some lava beetles standing next to them. Quite a formidable force as well. We have some golems with runes on their limbs and bodies. Then we have some extra chaos beast and a bone horror right there stuck in the corner. So there you are. This is my collection so far of Descent 2nd edition of painted minis. I think it's, I would say, 60% of Descent's miniatures painted. I have all of them. I have every single box expansion, hero and monster pack. So it's just so many miniatures. I think it's more than 100 now, or even more than that. Especially if I include all the token replacements. So there's quite a lot of them. It takes a lot of time for them to be painted, and the other portion of the collection is waiting in the queue. The queue is getting longer and longer, so it'll be a few months from now before they come back painted. Of course, if you're interested and if you like this video, we will show you the update in a few months' time when they arrive. So once again, this is my Descent 2nd edition painted minis collection so far. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you like Descent as much as I am, because as much as I do, because I will be posting some of the playthroughs soon. I'll try to change the formula of the playthroughs slightly because they may take really, really long, and I'm not sure if it's something that you're excited about to watch for an hour, for example, how I go through a mission. Maybe I'll do some highlights or some, just boss fights. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. If you have any ideas or requests, then please drop them down in the comments section below by all means, and we'll try to use them for future playthroughs. Okay, so this is Skarn. Turn around, matey. Say goodbye to our viewers. See you soon, rather. I'm really interested in playing against Skarn. I've never played against Skarn, so maybe this will be our choice for the playthrough. The Manor of Ravens. We'll see about that. So, there we go. Descent 2nd edition. One of the best all-time favorite dungeon crawler that you can come across. Well, coming across Descent 2nd edition these days is extremely hard and expensive. However, this game is absolutely worth the money, in my opinion. Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know whether you liked it or not, whether you enjoyed looking at all these minis. And I'll see you in the next episode shortly. Thanks. Bye-bye.